Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. This is Topsy Gifts. This is Topsy Gifts here in Ternopil, Ukraine. So, who is joining me today? Hello, Ma Mede Orenuga. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Please, as you come in, help me share the video and invite your friends. And the song playing on the background is my song, funny enough. Hello, Joanne. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Please, as you come in, help me invite your friends, share the video and invite your friends. For your information, the song playing on the background is my song. It is titled I Love You. You can go on YouTube and type I Love You by Topsy Gifts. You hear the song, you see it. You see it on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so welcome. Today we'll be talking about another beautiful topic. And I pray that today is going to be a blessing to every one of us out there. So help me share the video, invite your friends. Today we're talking about the beauty of, challenges or problems. Hello, Samara. Thank you for joining. God bless you. She said, oh, Mame say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, Samutuale. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Hello, Salem. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you. Hello, Maida Ranwafo. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Please, as you come in, help me share the video and invite your friends. I believe today is going to be another beautiful and awesome day. I'm just trying to play my song. I'm playing my song titled I Love You by Topsy Gifts. So you can check my YouTube channel and play the song. I have lots and lots of songs there. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a beautiful topic titled The Beauty of Problems or Challenges. The beauty of problems and challenges. Hello, Paul. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Hello. Hello, she's saying, Samara is saying hello, sister. Blessings to you too. Thank you for coming. Please, let's quickly share the video and invite our friends. Hello, Uga. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Thank you. Please help me share the video and invite your friends. I believe that today is going to be another wonderful day as usual. Yesterday was awesome. Yesterday was beautiful. Yesterday was great. In fact, any of you, if anybody missed yesterday's video, please go to my Facebook wall or you go to Dr. ID's Facebook wall. You will see the video there we did on why your marriage is not working, part 4. And I had a medical doctor yesterday speak to us on different aspects on oral sex and anal sex. All right, she has been in medical field for over 13 years, and I was privileged to host her yesterday all the way from United Kingdom. She spoke to us about oral sex and anal sex. So if you missed yesterday's video, check my wall and be blessed. All right, so thank you so much, Sir Paul. He said more grace. Thank you so much. God bless you. So today we're going to be talking about the beauty of challenges or problems. The beauty of challenges or problems. Let me start by saying that problems or challenges are normal things that we face. What we face on daily basis. As time goes on, as life goes on. It is part of life. It is what we should see as something that is part of part of growth, part of development. It's what we should not see it. It's not something we should see as something bad. But problems are, are just there. They always come to make us better people. So problems, whether you are fair, you're dark, you're tall, you're short, you're intelligent, you're not intelligent, whether, as long as you're a human being, you are sure going to go through, or you're going to face some obstacles, some problems, some challenges. It is normal. But the problem here is that there's this mindset that humans have, and I really don't know where that thing come from. And well, not all humans as well. It depends. It depends where you're coming from. If you come from my country, Nigeria, well, they make problems or challenges look like something that's come to devour you, something that have come to subdue you, something that have come to kill you. Like something really bad. That's why a lot of us are out there looking for a way out, looking for, any means of survival, any way to get out of problem. Nobody wants problem. Nobody wants to embrace problem. Nobody seeks anything good, from problem. I believe me, when I was growing up, I never believed that problems have any positive part. I've always seen problem as something really bad, and that's why we pray. As Christians, we always pray and cast and bind and, refuse problems in our lives and in our families, generations to come, unborn children, we refuse problems, we sow seed for them, in order for them to, not to face problem in life. But that's not true. No matter how many times we sow seed of faith, no matter how many times, oh my God, my ears are falling off. No matter how many times we fast and pray, let me just remove the other one. No matter how many times we pray and fast, problems are going to sure come. Whether we like it or we don't like it, it is just part of life. And it's high time we embrace it. We embrace it. We learn to work with it. We learn to, see it as something that does not come to consume us. I can't imagine how many times I fasted and prayed and, from one prayer house to another. What are we praying for? We don't want problems. We don't want challenges. We think it's something bad. We think it's generational curses. We think that the problems are generational curses and something that have come to subdue and take our lives. Hello, Sir Philip. Thank you for joining. God bless you. So I've never ever thought about the better side of problem or challenges. I've never, if I had known that problems and challenges had beautiful part of it, I would never had prayed against problem. I would never had prayed that problem should never come my way. But what do I know? What do I know? I was born into a system where we see problems as something really bad. So I joined the system. I just joined what I saw. And we kept praying. We kept fasting. We kept sowing seed of faith. And believe me, the more we sow, the more we pray, we still meet one problem or the other. It wasn't going away. It wasn't as if, the more we sow or pray, the more the problems are all going away or running away and the road is being made clear for us. That's a lie. Because I kept meeting one challenge or the other. It was now that I understood that those problems were for a reason. The problems, God, it's not something that actually is propagated or arranged to kill us, to consume us, to suppress us, or to take our lives. But it's something that it's supposed to make us a better people. Something that's supposed to make us a better person. Something that's supposed to make us, get to the highest heights that God has orchestrated us, God has destined us to be. I used to believe that problem is bad until I started reading, I started listening to, messages, I started reading books, I was like, whoa, so challenges are not really bad. These are not really bad. Challenges are not really bad. So my orientation about problems began to change. Why? Because for any time you have problems, you're going to look for a way out. And people who think very well, people who want to get something rewarding or something great out of problems, they use their head. They begin to think, what are the solutions? How can I make this problem how can I make this problem that is on my way? How can I not see it as a problem, but what can I bring out of this problem, and make this problem not become a problem to me and to people out there. Let's take for example now, when the world is full of darkness, there was no light, the revolution of electricity, wasn't there. Somebody started thinking, how can I make how can I better the world? The world is full of darkness. I want to brighten up the world. I want to brighten up the humanity. I want to make everywhere look like the normal day, because in the old time people were depending on sunlight for trade, for communication, for different other reasons. So you can't study without sunlight. People were waiting for the moon and the sun to come out before they can go out there, do business and all that. But somebody was like, no, I want to look for a way that the sun, we will no longer depend on the sunlight for brightness. We will now, we could not trade on a normal day. Like in the night, we could trade from 24/7, 24 hours. It's like trading for 24 hours. And people began to think how to better the world. Now, that was a huge problem, and that was a global problem. And people began to think. How can I make this problem? How can I bring solution out of this problem? Okay? So, and just like people were not seeing it as problem, if had it been people were seeing that, of course, as a problem and not doing anything about it and not seeing the beautiful side of it, would have remained in darkness till today. We would have just remained in darkness. Everybody would just be praying because we always have seen problem as something that have come to subdue us, right? We would have still today be wishing that God has created something more than sunlight and moonlight, to make everywhere beautiful and bright. Hello, Prince Jude. Thank you for coming. Hello, Mabingpe. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Please, as you come in, please share the video and invite your friends. All right. So that was it. And people began to think, all right. So the beauty of problems, it's you seeing problem as not something that have come to consume you, but something that has come to elevate you, something that has come to take you to another level, something that has come to renovate your mind, something that has come to open your thinking mind and start looking for solution, something that has come to make you think for others, something that will come so that you can become a blessing to humanity, so that you can become a blessing to others around you. Imagine other people who are also facing that kind of problem. What would you have done? What would you do to make life easier for them, to bring solution? So when people start seeing problem and seeing the beautiful part of problem, that is when the human race will start making sense. That is when this world will start, becoming a very beautiful place for all of us to dwell. When we stop running from one church or one place to the other, trying to solve our problem, trying to pray or asking God, no, take this stuff from me, I can't bear it, the problem is too much, this is too much, rather than looking for a way, like, okay, this is happening to me now, what can I do? What can I do? I'm having this problem now. What can I do? Hello, Sir Raphael. God bless you, sir. That's a pastor there. God bless you. He said, well done, beloved. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you. So please, as you come in, help me share the video and invite your friends. So there is this aspect of this mindset, this ideology that that problem had come to subdue us. It's so wrong. You know why? Because if men never had problems, we wouldn't have been enjoying what we are enjoying today. You know, in the time of old, people weren't sitting on chair. This thing, this sofa I'm sitting on, all right, it took somebody seeing it as a problem that people are sitting on the floor, that no, let's make something that people could sit on. You know, people were, like I said, people were depending on the sunlight, on the moon, you know, to sit on. Hello, my Diola Disu, thank you for coming. God bless you. Hello, Ivoke Chika, thank you for coming. God bless you. Please, as you come here, please share the video and invite your friends. So I remember those days, my grandmother used to tell me that, all right, so they were always sitting on the floor in the evening times when the moon is out. Children sit on the floor, and their grandparents or their mothers or fathers or friends or others tell them stories. And you know, there's this big mats they're gonna put on the center of the village, and you know, people gather from different parts of, you know, from different places, and they come to this center of the village and sit down and hear elderly people tell them stories. But what happened? Somebody started saying that no, we have to start thinking. So there are trees, there are beautiful things out there God has given to us as natural resources. Let's start thinking. Let's see how we can put up something that could be seated upon, that people can sit on, rather than sitting on the floor. Then scorpions and, you know, some dangerous insects can sting these people, and it will become a problem to start looking for medications to cure them. So rather than people sitting on the floor or lying on the floor to sleep, let's look for a way to get something high for people to sit on. And how would they do it? They started thinking, God gave us natural resources. How do we put it together? And people started going to the bushes and cutting down trees and putting it together to form a chair. That was a problem being solved. But what were we taught? What were we taught in Africa? We think that problem had come to consume us. Problem had come to take our lives. So nobody wants problem. Oh God, I reject it in the name of Jesus. It's not my portion. It's not my family's portion. It's not my children to come. Problem shall never be their portion. Oh my God, what are we saying? And we go from one place to another. We sow seed. We're so passionate praying against problem, speaking in tongues. We speak in tongues from morning to night for hours. They said, don't stop praying. Don't stop praying. Pray until something happens. Don't stop praying. Oh my God, why we think problem had come to kill us? See, if we had been taught that problem had not come to kill any of us, we would have been thinking. We would have been thinking for a way to make that problem not be seen as problem, but that, okay, it's a problem now, right? Let's think of way to make it to present that problem in a better way, to produce solution, you know, to counter this problem. Oh my. So I can't imagine how many times I have sowed seed of faith. Oh my God, I have sowed seed of faith all for problem. Why? Because I didn't want problem. Nobody want problem. Yes, nobody want problem. I can't imagine how many times I sowed several seed. I prayed, I fasted, just so I would never encounter problem. But did you know what? All the seed I've ever sown, nothing changed. Why? Because God was expecting me to think. God was expecting me to sit down and reason. instead of me sowing seed, instead of me calling on him, instead of me asking him to come and solve my problem for me, and he is telling me, hey, come on, sit down. Why don't you just sit down and think? When you sit down and start thinking and start saying that this problem did not come to consume you, the better for me, the better for you. By the time I start thinking, okay, yeah, I'm having a financial problem. Okay, so what can I do? What can I do? Okay, yeah, I work, and I've been paid. Let's say, for example, they pay. I'm being paid every month 20,000 naira, and from that 20,000 naira, I stay with my parents. So I don't pay rent. Yeah, but yet I'm still having financial problem. Yet I'm still lacking money. So what exactly is the problem? Do I overspend, or do I? What do I do with the money? Why do I always have money problem? I work and I earn 50,000 naira. I don't pay rent. I don't pay bills. I have this money to myself. The only thing I do is to transport and to feed. So how come at the end of a whole one year, I still can't find money? I still run helter-skelter looking for people to borrow me money, looking for money to do one thing or the other. Oh my God. Why don't I sit down and start thinking, what do I do with my money? What do I do with this money? Do I overspend? What exactly do I buy? What do I need to cut down? What do I need to invest in? What is it that I'm supposed to channel my money rightfully? But what do? I squander the money. I go to church, I use the remaining, I sow seed, thinking that God is a magician. He's going to multiply it. Before 12 months, I'm going to become a millionaire, all just like that. And then I have financial issues. And I'm praying that God should remove me from financial problems. Well, I am the main problem. I am the one who is not thinking. I'm the one who is not investing. I'm the one who is not looking for opportunities to invest my money into in order for the money to be multiplied. Hello, Sir Emmanuel, thank you for coming. Hello, Sir Samson, thank you for coming. Please, as you come, help me share this video and invite your friends. So, like I was saying before, I digressed. You know, people were looking for solution in order for people to see in the night for like 24 hours to be able to trade and communicate. People began to think. I think the first revolution, if I'm not mistaken, was the steel revolution. So the steel revolution that hit the world, and steel was all over. People were thinking of how to make world better. Why we most Africans are seeing problems as something that's come to subdue them. Others are thinking that yes, there's a problem, but we need to solve it. We are here to solve our problem. I don't think that there's any God. There's any God who will solve it for us. All right, people began to think of how to solve problems, and they were producing solutions. And that's why today people will say there is no God. Why? Because they were able to produce solution where there is a problem. So they say there is no God because they feel like they were the one who achieved. I was the one who achieved this. I was the one who produced these results. So there is no God. But they don't know that if God never dropped that idea in their head, they would not have produced it. They would not have brought solution in that sphere of life. So let me not argue with those who say there is no God. All right. So God gave us mind. God gave us head. God gave us everything we need. God gave us natural resources, so we can use those natural resources with our mind, with our head, with our brain to produce solutions to the problems that we are going to face as humans. Everything that you can ever ask for, everything that you can ever think of, God has given to man. But sometimes it does not just appear like a solution. It does not just appear and well furnished and prepared and fall from heaven for us to make use of. God already impacted us with everything that we need to you know, to do to better that sphere of life, to produce solution in that sphere of life. So we don't need him at the time. We don't need him. He is just waiting for us to think. He's just waiting for us to know that we are gods ourselves, that he had made us in an image, that we can be creative, that we can create things, that we can create. Just like he made man in his own image, he has given us the ability to also create, to also think for ourselves. So people run away from problems, forgetting that problems had come, challenges come to develop us. There is development in the world today. Why? Because people did not see problems as problems. They did not sit down and say, oh, there is problem, and so everybody, let's start praying. Or let's come on, hold your hands and let's pray. Let's pray. We must pray until something happens. No, they saw a problem and they were thinking, they thought of solutions to that problem, and that is why that is no longer a problem. Today, I can confidently sit on this chair. Why? Because somebody thought of thought of how to make this a solution. Rather than me sitting on the floor, somebody thought of what I'm sitting on, right? Somebody thought of the light bulb that we can see, that you can see me bright today, and I know my face is so bright, you can see me. Somebody started thinking of the light bulb. Thomas Edison was working day and night, trying to make sure that he brings, liberation. He brings solution in this sphere of life. He brings joy to humanity. So if Thomas Edison had joined the population, who would say, oh, problem had come to subdue us, so there is nothing we can do, let's all wait on God. Oh no, complain. Oh God, what can we do now? Oh God, why did you even bring me to this world? If he was thinking, if he had joined the race and the multitude who would be saying, oh, there's nothing we can do, God brought us here to kill us, oh, God brought us in, you did not even prepare the earth properly for us, and see what we've come to see. And if we had joined the crowd to say that, I don't know where would have been today. I don't know where would have been today. My husband joined, Sir Clement. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you, sir. Sir Chris, thank you for joining. God bless you. Abena, thank you so much for joining. God bless you. Please, as you come in, help me share the video and invite your friends. For everything you and I enjoying today, was once a problem. But people never saw it as a problem and live with it and complain or pray about it and sow seed and wait on God for it, for God to bring it to pass. But they saw problems and they saw the beautiful part of it. And what did they do? They worked day and night until they produced solution to it. But what are we doing today? We are now praying. We are now sowing seed, running here to scatter, waiting on God to solve our problem, where God is saying, come on, I made you a God. Why? So you could think, you could make life better for yourselves. You could beautify the world the way you want it. You could create the world the way you want it. The earth is the Lord and his fullness thereof, and I have put everything in you. You are a God as well. You go ahead and create. Go ahead and beautify your world. Put it in the function. Put it in the design. Put this world in a design that you want it. So if you want to turn the world upside down, it's your problem. If you want this world to be like a street of gold, no problem. You know what you have to do? You have to think. You have to think of how to do it. I won't do it for you. And God is just folding his hand and watching us. So a lot of us today, what are we doing? We are then waiting still on God to do to solve our problems for us. And you know what? This men and this women who had made the word beautiful for us today, that I could, I could rent a flat to live on. with my money, I'll rent a flat and stay for as long as I want, and I get out, get to another flat. Okay, once upon a time, there was no block. There was no block houses. People were living in bamboo houses. No, people were looking for shelter. People were using leaf to create shelter to stay as homes. But somebody started thinking, oh my God, somebody started thinking, no, this is too dangerous for humans to stay on. Why? Because they are wild animals. There are a lot of things that humans are exposed to when they stay in an environment like this. When we live in bamboo-made houses, or we live in houses made with leaves, with trees of different leaves. It's too shallow. It's too flexible, or what's the word? It's not strong enough for wild animals not to devour. The wild animals could easily get into it. They could easily penetrate. And people began to think, what else can we do? How else can we make something that is so strong that animals cannot easily penetrate inside without getting bruised? And today, thanks to those who thought, who think, who use their head, who know that God has given them all it takes to make the world a better place, and they produce the block houses we're using today. The good roads, somebody brought about it. Somebody thought about how can we make the road so clean and so perfect, such that cars will ride on, people will trek on, and they will not get injured. They will not, their feet will not get easily dirt. They won't get hurt. The cars will not be punched by sharp objects. They began to think, oh my God. Henry Ford saw that in the 80s or in the 60s or so, that Henry Ford saw that cars were only available to the wealthy man, to the man who has some chilies, who has some money, who has some cash. Cars were only available to those who have the money. You know what? Henry Ford was pained in his heart. He was pained, and he said, no, I want to make cars available to all humans. I want to make cars available to the rich, to the poor, to the middle class. I want to make cars that anyone can afford. And he began to think. Before, the cars that were used in those days weren't the same kind of cars that we are using today. The cars that came with with 3 legs and at a time became 4 legs, but the tires were looking so tiny, looking so small. But today we have cars with big tires, right? Henry Ford was so passionate to make car dispensable to as many as possible. And he began to produce cars, even though it wasn't easy for him. It was such a hell. He had to fight the organizations that were then renting cars to the big men. They went to courts several times and he won the case. Glory to God, he began to produce cars. And Henry Ford made life easy for millions of people out there. So, problem had not come to consume any of us. Problem had only come to develop us. Problem had come to push us from the level of comfortability, from the level of rest. Should I even say, is it even rest? It's not rest, because we are all tensed up. When there's problem, nobody's at rest, nobody's at peace. Everybody's tensed, everybody's looking for way of escape. So, problem had not come to take our lives. And that is why the witch doctors then were making, they were making a living from our ignorance. The witch doctors were making a living from our ignorance. They tell you, go and bring a cow, go and bring this, go and bring that, go and bring that. But why? Because people are running to go solve their problem. So they go to the witch doctor. The witch doctor will say, oh, I need a tortoise eyes. I need this. Saying things that are impossible for people to produce, to present, and then when it's like it's difficult for you to bring, and he will tell you bring money. That's for the ones who later started taking money. But before then, it was people were bringing animals, in exchange of their problems. They were looking for a way out. So the witch doctor would say, bring this. They will run head to skater, bring that. They will bring, before they even began to demand for animals, it was even human head and human part of body. When God would just be so furious, and he would like, oh my God, how can you be killing your wives? How can you be killing your children? How can you be killing your husband? How can you be donating human that I created in my own image in order to solve your problem? This problem that you were created to solve. How can you be so ignorant, never to see, never to think that this problem had not come to kill you? It has just come to shift you from that level where you are to a better level. But you're not seeing the better side. You are seeing the side that will consume you. So people are working so hard to solve their problem in the wrong way. But was the problem really solved? No. It wasn't really solved. People were dying. In the old days, people were dying of different diseases, and they thought that, our is the gods of the land. The gods of the land, the gods of the land. They are angry. They are killing. There's epidemics. People are dying of this. People are dying of this. They don't know that it is nature. Some people are tempered with nature, and there's repercussion. There were airborne disease, waterborne diseases. People were drinking and dying, and they say, "Oh, it's the gods of these that are against us." People were not taught of hygiene. People do not know the importance of hygiene. People do not know the importance of where they stay, environment. So they were being prone to a lot of diseases that could take their life. And when they are dying, they think it's the gods that were against them, that were killing them. But until information started coming and say, no, this is not a problem from any god. This is a problem because the water isn't good enough. You are drinking a deadly water. You need to clean up the water. You need to boil it. Or you need to do this. You need to do that. People are being put, the information started, people started teaching each other. Oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. And that was how the problem that was once, what was once seen as the gods being against us, people were now seen as, wow, I didn't know this could actually be solved just by avoiding this kind of thing. Or just by avoiding this kind of thing. You could actually solve problem. I remember my mother used to tell me those days that, when a woman gives birth to a child and the child is behaving somehow, it looks epileptic or something, the word will start looking at that woman as a woman who is possessed or, something like that. But what happened? It was because people were not checking their genotype, all right? So, it's like the husband is AS, and he goes to marry a woman who is AS, and eventually they produce a child who is SS, and that child will be having a problem. That child is sickle cell. But what happened? They will be seeing that child as a possessed child. No, that child is a curse. There's a curse. No, that woman that gave birth to that child is from a marine kingdom. No, there's a trace of this. There's a trace of witchcraft in your family. No, you are a witch. My mother used to tell me that some women were burnt alive because they gave birth to children that were behaving strange, that were what's the word? that were it's not malnutrition, but I think they were epileptic. Okay, they had problems. They had sickle cell. Nobody knew it was sickle cell. My mother said they never knew anything that was called sickle cell, but they knew that if you give birth to children that has problems like that, you either be chased from your husband's house, or you'll be burnt to ashes, or you'll be killed or sacrificed to the gods, or so many atrocities happening. Why? Because nobody knew that it had anything to do with, if you are AS, don't get married to another person who is AS. If you are SS, don't get married to somebody who is SS. If you are AA, do this. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But what happened? It was a problem then. It was a problem. What? Today is no longer a problem, because people thought, people think, people began to open their mind to think, doing as many research as possible with what? With the same natural resources that God has given to us. People began to make research, and as they were making research, they began to know that no, there's a problem here. Okay, there's something called this, there's something called that. No, you who is AA, you can marry a woman who is AS, and you will have both AA and AS children. You will not have SS, children with sickle cell. So you who is AS, do not marry a woman who is SS or who is AA. There's every possibility of you producing a child who has SS. Why? Because people began to think it was a problem in the time past, but people began to think and say, no, people are dying and we are attributing it to a God. No, why don't we look beyond the God? Why don't we see something different? Let's look for a way to let's mix this leaf and this leaf. Let's go to the lab. Let's try to test. Let's try to test things. Let's try to test human blood. Let's try to test human genes. Let's try to test this. Let's trace back to their generations. Let's try to do this. People began to ask questions. People began to think, and oh my God, there are lots and lots of medicine today, that problems of the old that were killing people, that people were seeing as problems, now no longer a problem. Why? Because people were thinking. If people weren't thinking before, if everybody had folded their arms and said, oh, can you imagine the place where God brought me to? Can you imagine what kind of word is this? What kind of word is this? So this is why. So what am I going to do here now? So what have I come here to do now? So I don't understand. Is that how I'm going to stay? In this kind of dirty place? If everybody had relaxed, waiting on God, Holy Ghost, oh my God, come and solve our problem. We call upon you, the God of this, the God of that, the God of sun, the God of moon, the God of Lord. Come and solve our problem. We would have all still been in darkness. Those children, those sickle cell children will still be dying. People will still be multiplying. People will still be giving birth to sickle cell children. Why? Because nobody was doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. But what? Those problems came, but men saw it as a problem that time, but they were looking for a solution. They were looking for a solution. So what happened? Now we have a better word, we have a better place. Now people can read, people can think, people can decide for themselves. What is it that when I do, it will be bad? What is it that when I do, it will be good? Now it is my choice to decide to I'm AS. It's my choice to decide to marry AS. Whatever repercussion I see, it's my problem. Why? Because information has been given to you. How did the information came out? People had to sacrifice themselves in endless studies with no books. There was no books written by anybody. They were just using their head. They were just thinking. They were just looking for a way out. They were just looking for how to make the world a better place, and they were going to use the same natural resources that God has given to us, plucking from one leaf to another, using, trying to combine it. If I mix this to this, what can I produce? What can I cure? What kind of disease can I cure from this? What kind of this? And that is how the word began to, evolve. That's how things began to, things began to make clear in the eyes of people. No, sir, that woman you once killed, that woman that was once burnt to ashes, wasn't burnt because she was a witch. No, it was because you were AS and she was AS, and that was why your first child was not AA, it was not SS. That's why your second child was not SS. Maybe it came at the third, maybe it came at the last. So that child that was born was not born like that because she was a witch, was not born like that because he was a witch. No, that woman wasn't a witch. There was nothing like witch. It was just a gene problem. And imagine, the woman is already dead. So how can you bring her back and say, oh, madam, we are so sorry for burning you alive? She's already gone. Mistakes made because of ignorance, because people were thinking that problems, problems had just come to consume them. So nobody should think, let's all just fold our arms and wait. But thanks to all the men and all the men and all the women who took upon themselves to solve the problem for us, to solve problems for us. And as long as the word still exists, problems will not cease. It won't stop. Let's tell our children to come. It is normal. Problem is normal. All you people have to do is to think of ways to solve it. Look for a way to solve it. For every problem that befalls man, God has always given a way of escape. God has already produced solution. All you have to do is to think with your head, is to make research, is to read, is to study. The more you do, the more, it's open to you. As God is dropping that idea in your mind, go as fast as possible, experiment it, try it, see how you can produce solution in this aspect of life. People are dying, people are finding it difficult. Try to look for a way to produce solution for them. So thanks to Henry Ford, he was able to produce solution. And today, a lot of people are using Ford cars, but of course, not today. Ford cars are already outdated, but thanks to that man who never gave up, and he didn't saw problem as he didn't saw the means of transportation as a problem that had come to stay for eternity. He saw a problem and he was ready. He was working hard. He was working selflessly to produce solution. And thanks to Henry Ford, because he made sure he produced solution before he left the earth. So I wish that Africans, oh my God, I wish we could see the beautiful part of problem, the beautiful part of problems. I wish we could open our mind and open our head and see that all the problem that surrounds us has not come to kill us. I wish that we all share the same mindset. I wish that we all have the same kind of view. We share the same kind of view that there is a problem in administration. Yes, there is a problem in our hospitals. Yes, there's a problem in our academics. Yes, there is a problem in this. Yes, there is a problem in that aspect of life. Yes, there's problem in politics. Yes, there's problem in this. We all know these problems, and we are all ready to work and make sure that this problem is being solved. And that solution is the beauty of problem. What has it done? What will it do to us? It will shift us. We will no longer be the person we used to be. Problem will shift for every nation that recognizes its problem and work to bring solution to it will no longer be the same again. That country, that nation will be shifted from the position where it was situated, from the position where it used to be, to a better place. So people want to travel to visit beautiful places. Why? Because people saw something, people saw problem, and they solved it, and they made their country the way it is, and everybody wants to run to that place. Everyone want to go and take a sightsee. Everybody wants to go, to take a good look take a good look at it. Everybody, see, we all love to have fun. We all love to enjoy ourselves. We all love, to to live life the fullest. So people, and you know what, people are going to pay anything to get anything that is the best. People are going to pay. Imagine when iPhone came out. When iPhone came out, you know how much iPhone was cost, but people were paying. They didn't mind. They were paying to get it. Why? Because it was at the time the best, if not still the best now. People were paying so dearly to get it. If we have problems in any aspect of our life, what do? We sit down, we think, we start making research. How can I make it better? How can I bring solution in this area? And imagine to yourself that not only you that is having that problem. Just know that no matter the problem you face in this life, you are not the only person involved. You're not the only person having that problem. So when you start thinking that, okay, I'm not the only person that is facing this problem. Now, what do I do? How do I produce solution? How do I make this this no longer a problem? And by the time you start thinking, no, not only that your name will no longer, and believe me, when you work and you produce solution in that aspect of life, believe me, your name will no longer be where it used to be. Men will no longer know you in the same way they used to know you. Men will begin to what? They will begin to see you as a better person. Men will begin to associate, you with some respect. There's a level of respect you carry when you produce solution in anything that people are having problems on. Now, not only will you have respect, believe me, if you will not be globally recognized, you can either be globally recognized or even be among the top richest people in the world. Because see, for great men on earth today that are making names, what made them make names? They were working selflessly. They were working so hard in order to produce solution, and they never knew that solution they were going to produce was going to take them to the level where they are today. And all of a sudden, what they thought was little became great, became a national need. I used to tell my husband, I said, imagine if one person, one single person, or if a community, or if whoever would wake up and start making research to, producing solution or bringing cure to HIV. Let me give you a clue. Do you know how many billion people all over the world that are HIV/AIDS carriers? Now, if one person, if anybody, if any community, if anybody at all will bring solution to that sickness, that person will not just be a billionaire. The person will not just be world recognized. That person, oh my God, that person would become relevant. Will become relevant. Everybody want to reckon with you. Everybody want to. Why? Because people have problems and they are looking for how to get out of that problem. And you are, and you thought that, okay, and if I work hard to bring solution this, so what's that? So what will I gain? So just forget about what you will gain. Live just what you will gain. Work as if you are doing it for yourself. Like if you don't achieve it, like if you don't achieve that result, you are not living. By the time that result, that solution hits the world, by the time it's been unveiled to the world, believe me, everybody, presidents of nations will begin to invite you. It doesn't matter if you speak English or not. There are great people who are producing things in the world today. They don't speak English. They are from Korea, they are from China, they are from Japan, they are from different countries, they are from Iran, so people produce it doesn't matter whether you speak English or not. People are producing things that they don't speak English. They don't speak English. Like, when you are buying, you don't say, this person does not speak English, so I will not buy your product. Who cares? When that product is a solution, everybody wants to buy. And they don't care who produces it, whether it's a black or a white. Nobody will care about races. Nobody will care about racism. Nobody will care. See, nobody will care if you're an African, if you're not an African, if you're from Asia, if you're an Asian, if you're European, if you're an American. Nobody will care where you're coming from as long as you have solution to their problems, to the problems that they will hug you, they will kiss you, they will, oh my God. You've become a celebrity. So every problem that you and I face today is there just for us to think. You know, there were some, it's frozen. Are you serious? Am I okay now? Am I good? Hello, Aisha. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Please, as you come in, help me share this video and invite your friends. Let us all start seeing the beauty of problems. Let's all see the beauty of problem. At my end, she said, at my end is frozen. Is it okay now? Can you hear me? Can you see me properly? Is it okay now? I need your comment so I know if I should continue or not. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me properly? Is it okay? Can you see me now? Excuse me. Aisha is saying that the video is frozen. So I can hear you, but frozen. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Is any other person having the same problem apart from Aisha? Is any other person having the same problem? Can any other person see me? Can you see me? Oh, okay. I can hear you and see you. Oh, thank you, my Idara Mwafo. She says she can hear me and see me. Aisha, I don't know. Maybe it's your end, like you said. All right. So, problems. Okay. Sir Jude say, I can see you. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for your response. God bless you. So, we've been taught over the time, you know, that we should pray against problems. Our religious homes, our religious places have taught us that problems are bad for us. Problems are not good for us. Oh my God, I wish God would open their eyes to see that problem is not bad. See, even Jesus himself, when he was on earth, he went through a lot. He went through a whole lot of problems. What did he do? He didn't give in to all of it. He didn't give in to any of those problems at all. He did what? He provided solutions to that problem. So we need to stop telling ourselves that problem had come to, you know, consume us, that problem is bad, that we should pray against problem. If you know the beauty of problem, if you understand the beauty of problem, you will not pray against it. You will welcome it. Say, oh, problem, please come. You are welcome. You are welcome. Come on, come. Why? Because the more I see problem, the more I think, the more I look for solution, the more I became a better human, the more I become a blessing to humanity, the more I become a blessing to my generation and generations to come. The more I am useful to my world, the more I'm using my potentials to solve that problem. The more I see myself as a vessel unto honor, honor. The more I see I am being glorified in God. The more I glorify my Father who is in heaven, the more I see problem, the more I welcome problem, the more I am being put in a position where I could think through this problem and think through producing result, through helping, the more I see myself as a solution provider. Why? Because there is a problem. When there is no problem, everybody is relaxed, everybody is happy. Nobody will think of any other thing. Why? Because everybody is comfortable at the moment. So the more problems are coming, the more people are developing their places, the more people are working hard to solve that problem. Oh my God. Oh my God. So for every development we see today, for every beauty we see on earth today that was created by men, were created because that beauty was once a problem. That beauty we enjoy today was once a problem. It was once a torment. It was once a need. And people worked so hard in order to produce what we enjoy today. There is beauty in problems. There is beauty. There's so much beauty out there. There's so much beauty out there. It's high time we overlook the problem. We stop seeing that. We stop seeing that problem as a problem. We look beyond the problem and we think in a way that we could become solution to that problem. There were so many ideas that were coming in my head. That was 2016. So many ideas. Even this year, there were so many ideas. There were ones I designed. I have innovation. I have books. I'm looking for how to patent some of the ideas I have. I was telling my husband a few months ago, I told him that the moment we are done with studies, in the next few years, by God's grace, with the ideas that are flowing in my head, and as I'm sketching it, I have books that I sketch my ideas. The pictures that are coming to my head, I sketch it with pencil, with a pen, and I will present to my husband. I said, this thing will go viral. This thing will hit the world. And do you know what? I go on internet, I search for that idea that I have. I don't see anything close to it. I don't see anything in that area, but I know it's a problem. Why? And I want to solve that problem, and I'm working so hard, and I'm making research on internet. I say, oh, how can I make this thing? How can I make this thing? My husband is like, if you cannot produce it, you can patent it in your name and do what? You can have an agreement. Go to a company that that can produce this thing, and you have an agreement, and they produce this thing and split it across the world, and and this thing is going to help humanity. So I am thinking, I'm not sitting down to look for people to solve my problems. I'm looking for problems where I could bring solution to. Every now and then, I have lots and lots of jotters that as ideas are dropping in my head, I am writing it down. As I'm writing it down, just so I don't forget, I sketch the product. I sketch the design. How will it look like? I sketch it just like the picture came to my head. I sketch it. I keep it down. Why? Because I don't want to forget it. I don't want to forget it. The moment I'm ready and I have the resources, I go straight up to go patent it. And I go to any country as possible or any company as possible, and we have a deal. We will have a deal in order to produce these things. We'll have a deal. What am I doing? I am working with my brain. I'm working with my head in order to bring solution to the problems that I see. So I don't sit down to accuse God, to say, God, you are wicked. God, you're a wicked God. How can you bring me to this wicked world? How can you bring me to a world like this where everything is upside down, where people hate themselves, where there is no solution, where there is this problem, where there is the other problem? Why I will just sit down and start complaining or running from one church to the other, sowing seed, fasting and praying, looking for solution in that aspect, while God is asking you to sit down and think for yourself. Sit down and think for yourself. If you can tell yourself the truth, you would. If you can tell yourself the truth, there were so many ideas that God has given to you that you have wasted. There've been so many ideas that have come to your mind, either when you were growing up as a youth, as a teenager, or as an adult, even just as an adult that you are now. There's so many ideas that are pumping into your head. You are saying to yourself, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. I'm too busy. My work does not give me chance to. My this does not. God is giving you ideas and you are complaining. It's that ideas are not for you alone. It's for the world. It's for people out there. It's for humanity. God wants to better his people, and you are a vessel to be used. And then you are there sitting and saying, "Oh, I work from morning till night. I don't have time." If you don't have time and you don't know, you can't create this thing. All you have to do is to sketch the idea, keep it. Don't throw it away. Go look for a way. Make research. Get as much knowledge as you can get in that field, so that when you sit with the board of directors of the company that is going to produce that product for you, you know what you are talking about. You have so much authority. You have so much knowledge. When you speak, they know that well, this person is not just talking out of ignorance. This person knows what he or she is saying. No. We can't let this person go. We must partner with this person. They know that if they don't partner, they are going to lose themselves. Why? Because if you take your product to another company and that company produces, that company is going to be a hit. They make a lot of money as well. So they're going to make sure they convince you into partnering with them. Why? Because you have awesome idea. You know what you are talking about. Why? Don't go without patenting it, or they will steal your idea. That is it. So God put that idea in your head, in your mind, in your brain, all for his people, and for you too, and for his people, children to come. God wants to better the world, and he's putting ideas in your head, and you are saying, oh, I'm too busy. Yes, so I know that thing is a problem. I know God, actually, ideas are coming, but I'm too busy. I'm too busy. Uncle Sam is taking our time, right? But some people have refused Uncle Sam, and they are working hard, and they're not just making names. They're not just making names, but they're also helping the world become a better place today. They are the same people where we will once go to apply in their companies and say, I want to work for you. Whereas God give you an idea that will make you a boss, and that will put you in a place where you can sit with kings and queens, where you can sit with presidents of nations, and it doesn't matter if you speak good English or not, if you make mistakes or not. So nobody's going to respect your English. See, when you have solution, when you have something, everybody want to reckon with you. Everybody wants to reckon with you. So problem is not something that has come to kill us. God gave those problems so we can think for ourselves, so we can solve problems for ourselves, so we can produce solutions, so we can move from the level where we are to a better level. Because by the time you start thinking, by the time you start working hard to produce solution, you will no longer be in the same level. That thing was once a problem. Today is no longer a problem. So you have moved ahead. You have moved along. You're no longer in the same place. So problems had come, so it will shift us. It will push us. It will take us to the heights where God has prepared us to be. It will take us to another level. Yes, we Africans, we are shouting. With Nigeria, for example, we're shouting, oh, electricity is a problem. Oh, this is a problem. Oh, this is a problem. Malaria is a problem. That is a problem. No good hospital. No good schools. No good that. Politicians are a problem. Everywhere there's a problem. Embrace one of the problems. Embrace one of the problem and make as much research as possible to try to produce solution in that aspect of life. And when you do, not only with the president of the country will be looking for you. See, president of different countries will be looking for you. You become a voice. You become a voice. Malala saw a problem in Pakistan when she was just 11 years old, when the girl child was refused education, when the girl child they were working so hard to stop the girl child from going to school. That girl saw a problem, and she said, no, I'm going to be a solution. I'm going to stand in for the girl child. And she worked so hard. She gave in her life. She was so selfless. She was ready to die for it. And she was shot and never died, but she brought solution to it. She brought solution. She solved that problem. So we all have problems, not because we have problems to dwell with the problem and say, oh, problem, you are welcome, just sit down, let's enjoy ourselves. No, problems came so that you could be pushed to another level, so you could think for yourself, so you could know that you are a solution carrier. There's a reason why everything that happens to us, comes our way. So let pastors stop, convincing people that problem had come to take them, so they should pray and fast. Let's pray. Let's bind every spirit of problem, every spirit of trials, everything that has come to every spirit of setback, every spirit of see. It is high time we all wake up and start seeing that problems are not problems at all. They are solution in disguise. They are beauty in disguise. They are innovations. They are greatness in disguise. They are connections in disguise. There's something that is inside this problem. This thing is not a problem. Oh my God. Yes, it's a problem right now, but I think I can help. I think I can solve it. So let's stop this prayer, go from night vigil to night vigil, sow some seed of faith, or pray in tongues for hours. We pray in tongues for hours. We run from one church to other. We run from one pastor to the other. We say, oh, pastor, pray. My house is on fire. Oh, my children are this. My house is this. My dad is this. The Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct. If you have problem with your spouse and you are saying, pastor, pray, the devil is at work, why haven't you sat down to think what exactly is the problem? If my husband is no longer behaving the way he's supposed to behave, what exactly is the problem? Where have I gone wrong? Have I become too busy to also have time for him? Have I become too busy that I don't even take care of my own health? Have I become too dirty for the man? Or have I become too busy that I no longer cook for him? Or have I become too busy to take care of my kids and my children? Or have I become where is the problem coming? Look for the problem. When you see the problem, look for a way to solve the problem. You will no longer be running. You will no longer be praying, pastor, my house is on fire. My husband is no longer doing this. My wife is, hey, the devil is at work. Hey, pray. Hey, don't tell you, sow seed. Come, buy anointing oil. Bring her a white handkerchief. Bring this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. For everything we see as problem today, it's not problem at all. It is beauty in disguise. It's beauty in disguise. All we need to do is to sit down. See, as big and as rich as Steve Jobs, that man said in one of his interviews, he says that for a whole 12 months, a whole 1 year, that he goes on solitude. He goes on solitude, I think 2 times a year. What does he do? He goes to a quiet place. Where is my pen? He goes to as rich as Bill Gates, rather. As rich as Bill Gates is, as rich and as famous as Bill Gates, he said for 1 year, every single year, he goes to a quiet place with his book. He goes with his book and he goes with a pen. He goes to sit down in a quiet place. He does it 2 times a year. What does he do there? He thinks. He says he goes to do solitude. He will go and sit down in a quiet place with just himself alone. Sit down and think. He said, for every thought that comes to his head, he is penning it down. He is writing. He is writing. He is writing. And what is he writing? He is writing something that is going to change, that is going to change humanity. He's working so hard. He's working so hard. What is he working? He is working on his head. He's working on his mind. He is looking for other means in that he can better the world. This is a global man. This is once the most richest man, right, in the world. This man goes with a pen and a book. Sit down and think for himself. Think of problems. What are the problems that are facing the earth? What can I do? Where can I produce solution? Where can I be of help? He is thinking. He is penning it down. And he says for every time he's done thinking, he goes to his office, he goes to his company, he presents his thoughts. He will present his thoughts to his company, and the company will work with his thoughts and they will produce. Oh my. And what are we doing? What are we, the religious people, doing? We are praying. We are busy praying and fasting, running from one miracle house to another, running from one miracle pastor to another. We are looking for solution. Why those who say there is no God, those who do not believe in God, we call the atheists, who say, oh, you are going to hell, you are going to burn in hellfire. They are the ones working hard to make the world better for me and you are the one who have God, you have knowledge, you have intelligence, you have mind, you have brain, you have everything. You're not making use of it. What are you doing? You are praying, you are depending on God. You're calling on God, God of heaven, God of this. Come and solve my problem. Come and do this. You are a miracle worker. You are this way maker, solution provider. I need your help. Oh, I can't do without you. My God is saying, no, calm down and think. Men who know the beauty of problems, they know what to do. They know what to do. They know that there are solutions in disguise. They know that problem, if they hit that problem, if they work selflessly, if they work so hard to solve that problem, they know the benefits, the beauty that's going to come out of that problem. So why they are locking themselves, why they are locking themselves in their study rooms, making research and working so hard to produce solution from this problem, you and I, we are running from one prayer house to the other, sowing the little money that we don't even have. We are sowing it and praying that God should solve our problems when somebody is working to solve that same problem. And the moment the solution hits the world, you and I will still work hard to get money to go and buy that solution. Since we weren't thinking for ourselves. Since we don't, no, we're not thinking, no, we don't see anything. We can't do it. No, it has to be God. Oh my God. The question that should come to your mind is, if God solves all our problems, exactly what are we going to be doing? The CCTV that you enjoy today, the beautiful house that was built today that you are on, the cameras, your beautiful TV, anything you can think of, your phone, everything you can think of that is of beauty, the light bulb, the different designs. Have you sat down to say, how exactly were these things done? Was it God? Was it God that brought this well-furnished design lights? Was it God? Was it God that transformed the old system of television to this new plasma kind of TV with different kind of designs? Was it God? Was it God who is working so hard to make sure that we no longer use 3310 and some ancient kind of telephones? Was it God? Was it God that beautified the chairs that I'm sitting on? Was it God? God sending it from heaven. Was it God? Then, if everything you see, everything you see and is of beauty, and you know God did not throw it from heaven, the question that should come to your mind and my mind is, what have I been doing? What have I been doing? These things were made by humans. How come I have not made anything? How come what exactly did I do? What exactly have I done? Yes, what exactly have I done? What exactly have I done? So do you know that some of us were called to become a solution in the educational sector? In fact, do you know even the Americans, even in Europe now, people are trying to campaign that the school system is now ancient. We need something new. We need something bright. We need something better than where we are now. Whereas Africa, we have not even gotten to this system. We have not. We're still far away. Let's not even go there. We are still backward though. People who have the brand new, beauty, the ones that they are enjoying, they are saying no, this one is too old. Let's look for something better. Let's look for something good. We are tired of this one. Whereas we have not even gotten to their level. And they are thinking of rebranding their educational system. God, when are we going to get to the one that they are about to abandon for us? When are we going to get to that level? Some of us have been, created in this field, in this sphere of life. We have passion for education. We have so much passion in medicine. We have so much passion in electricity. We have so much passion in engineering. We have so much passion. But what are we doing? We are even working in places that had nothing to do with where our passions are located. We have nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's why you see somebody study agriculture in Nigeria and be working in the bank. Why? Even the agriculture he or she studied, he had nothing even to do with agriculture. He just wanted to have certificate. Let's just get certificate there. You know, Nigeria, anywhere you can work. You can even have agricultural certificate and work in NMPC. Forget. No, be Nigeria. Just have connection. When you have connection, it's going to work. Yeah, that is it. So when we keep cutting corners and keep cutting rules and regulations, and we keep feeling ourselves, fighting ourselves in just to survive, in the survivor mentality, just to get something working for us. That is how the problems that we were born to bring solution to, they will never be solved. Our children to come will be meeting such problems, and it will only take God to put the solution in another person's heart to go and solve it. It will only take God to do that. So we are all born to solve one problem or the other. And it is high time we stop seeing problems as problems for real. It is beauty in disguise. There is beauty in problems, and that beauty will not only make name for you, that beauty will glorify God, that beauty will bring joy to humanity, that beauty is going to transform lives, that beauty that problems hold will not just make you a millionaire, but a billionaire. If you read the story of Steve Jobs, you will see where he's coming from. You will see how he suffered, how he worked so hard, working for iPhone, trying to produce iPhone. What inspired him? I was going through one of his documentary. I was listening to it, and the man said that he noticed that people were holding phones and they never liked the phone. They never liked the phone. They were just, it was like they were holding phones. They were managing the phone. That kind of thing. That cannot be like we did not use phone. So people were using phones that they didn't like. And what happened? He caught interest, and he was like, no, I want to make something that people will like. I want to make something that people will hold and they will appreciate. And he began to work. I began to make research how he can, how he can produce iPhone, how he can make iPhone today. He was working so hard. You know what? That research also took him to one of his friends that was producing phone. He had to go work for the friend for free. But you know what? He was looking for something. He was trying to help the friend, But the guy got an idea at the back of his mind. He knew what he was looking for. Some of us, we got into some offices. We say we want to work to make money in order to start up our own passion, in order to invest into our passion. But you know what? You got into that office. Before you know it, in 1 year you were promoted twice. In 2 years, you become a regional director or regional manager. Before they keep promoting you and increasing your salary, and because the money looks, it looks a big. You forgot about your passion. You gave it in. You gave it up. You forget about it. Don't worry. Now the fear of what if I leave my office, and if I leave my company and I go to start start, doing that thing that I once had passion and it doesn't work. The fear of failure. What if it doesn't work? Now I'll lose my job and still not get this. So you see, everybody will blame me. My wife will blame, my kids will blame me. I will no longer be this big man. I will no longer be this. I will no longer be seen as this. I will no longer be. So the fear of trying and failing, the fear of trying and not getting it right, the fear of trying and it didn't work as designed or as planned. The fear is what is keeping some of us today. And the joy of the money that, the flashy money that is actually coming in, 250,000 they pay you every month, or they pay you 500,000 or 1 million every year you receive 1 million naira check, and you're like, wow, this money is too huge for me to give up. This one is too big, until you say no. Until you say no, you will find yourself living in that life until you die and you leave the earth with the solutions that you were born with. You will die with your solutions, and when you get to the other side and God tells you, hey, welcome, so you were born to solve this problem. Exactly what happened? What are you going to say? Really? Because if the boss that is paying you 1 million never worked hard to get to where he is today, you wouldn't have seen a company to work. There wouldn't have been employment for you. Somebody worked for that thing. Somebody worked for that company. That company is where it is today because somebody worked. Somebody sacrificed himself to work to get to where he is today, and you are working under him and you're saying, no, I'm getting so much. Now that could be his passion. That could be his passion. The fact that he is excelling in his passion is what makes it beautiful. He is already bringing solution. He's already producing solution in that sphere of life. But you who is a solution, what are you doing? You are helping another man fulfill purpose. You're helping another man achieve his result. But you who is also carrying solution in another sphere, instead of you to get what you want to get and go straight up to go solve your own problem, to go solve the problems that you were born to solve, what did you do? You feel relaxed in the arms of another man's solution. You feel comfortable in the arms of another man's solution. You feel so comfortable. You know why iPhones they won't stop working? Is because they know that people will always want something new. So they produce iPhone 4, it's not okay. iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 9, iPhone X10, iPhone. They will keep producing as long as that company is still functioning. So the world will only be a better place when we all stop seeing problems as problems. When we all start seeing beauty hidden at the back. This is the problem, eh? This is the problem. There's beauty. There's beauty this way. This is the problem showing in your front, but there's beauty in the side. When you turn the coins to the other side, you will see that the coins were not made to be like this only. There's a shift. When you shift the coin, when you rotate the coin, you're going to see the beauty, the hair that is written in the coin. You're going to see the beauty. Oprah Winfrey is a voice today. She's one of the richest women on earth today, right? In the world today. Why? Because she did not die in her problem. She did not see the problem, what she went through, as problem that, she would just weep and cry and look for a way to end her life. A lot of people have ended their lives like that, right? But she did not end her life and say, okay, I was severally raped and molested by my mother's friends and by people and by what. So because of that, I'm so ashamed. I can't face the world. I can't face humanity. I can't face anybody. No. I'm just going to end my life. And I can't face the shame. A lot of people have given up. A lot of people have ended their lives life for that. They couldn't bear it. They couldn't stand it. They did what? They took poison, or they hanged themselves, or they committed suicide, or they did something to themselves, and they ended their lives. But what? Somebody went through the same thing and said, no, no, no. Yes, it is a problem. What? I was born to become that solution. That's why I went through what I went through. So because I am a solution, let me produce solution in this problem. Let me become the beauty. Let me be seen as an example. Let me use my life as an example. And what happened? She began to speak. She began to talk. She was reading. She was reading vast. She was so engulfed with information. She was reading and dishing out information and trying to save lives. She was trying to help people. How that you can avert this. How that this was my problem. Now, it's no longer a problem to me. I am now advocating for this. I'm not trying to saying no to this, saying no to this. I'm trying to help others out there. Now, when she began to speak, people began to listen. Now, it got to a point that people no longer listen without paying. You no longer come to our shows without paying. People began to invite her, and they have to pay a lot of money to have her in your shows. Now, it started as a selfless work. It started as a work for humanity to bring information and bring light, right? But see the beauty. She did not just become a voice. She became one of the richest women on earth today. She became one of the richest women in the world today. Why? Because she did not see a problem and swallow it and say, hey, whoa, see problem, oh, I bind, I cast, I cursed the day I was born, like as many of us that would do, I cursed these people, I will never forgive all of you, you will die miserably, start accusing, start complaining, God, you are wicked, you're a wicked God. Did you not say you protect me? Did you not say you're a God that sees the end from the beginning? Did you not know that this thing will happen to me? Why didn't you look for a way for it to be averted? You're a wicked God. I will never serve you. I will never have anything to do with you. With all that, she would have killed the solution behind what she went through, the solution behind the problems that she went through today. Thanks to women like her who are speaking up, there's less of that problem. If nobody has said anything about it, it will have become a norm. It will have become generally acceptable that you can go about to rape as many children as possible, do what you want to do, you always get away with it. It was because people started speaking up. People say, no, don't do this. No, don't do that. No, you don't have right to do this. You don't have right to do that. No, this is how to protect your children. Mothers, this is how to teach your children. No, people started voicing out, and that's why it's of a decrease today. If there was nothing, if nobody was saying anything about it, it would have been worse than where it is today. So, Oprah did not just see a problem, but she saw beauty in the problem, and she became a voice. And the voice that she became transformed her, took her from the level of the level where she was, from the level where she found herself, to another level where she became a solution to everyone out there. She did not just become a voice to humanity. Now people pay to come and hear her solution. Now watch, one of the problems we also have is that people have problems, and people say to themselves, yeah, there's a problem, and I will solve this problem. But you know what? They just relax without making research. See, Oprah did not stop at that point. Oprah, what did she do? She was reading. She got her mind evolved with books. She was reading. She was studying. She was researching. She became a library herself. She was studying as many books as possible. How can she help in this area? How can she help in this aspect? So the problem is, people see problem, they don't just run away from it. They don't just complain. They don't make research as well. They don't make research to see how to confront this problem, how to solve this problem. What do? They run to their shells, or they shy away from it. Oh, it's not my problem. No, God is going to solve it. or they, they look for a way, they look for complaints, they look for a way to, not to even get themselves involved in it. It's a problem. It's a problem today. No, let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. So they don't do research to look for a way to solve that problem. So if Oprah had gone through that stuff and say, okay, yes, it's a problem, but yeah, I'm sure going to be a voice, and she does nothing. She did not develop her mind. She didn't go about studying materials and looking for ways on how she can put an end to it, or she could reduce the rate of that act. She would have just been procrastinating. She would have lived in a world of procrastination, where she would say, oh yes, I will be, yeah, I will be, I will, futuristic, I will, I will be a voice, yes, I'll be a voice. And that's how she will get old and die and never be a voice. And never be a voice. Silence will take over. And when nobody's talking, it will become a norm. It will become a norm. So every problem that we face today, is a solution in disguise. Yes. That problem, there is beauty behind it. What we have not done is that we've not unveiled the curtain. The curtain of the blindness is what we are seeing. We've not opened it yet. We have not torn the veil. We have not torn the curtain to see the beauty that is hidden in that problem. I was telling my husband one time, I said, oh my God, do you know, if somebody would just, wake up tomorrow and say, I have cure to malaria. I mean, it's not malaria prevention. That one they take for Nigeria. Not be that one. Somebody would just wake up and say, man, I've been working my axe out for years, looking for an end to malaria. As in this kind of tablet, this kind of medicine, if you take it, even if the mosquito bites you 1 million times, you will never get the virus. You will never get that, that sickness. You will never get malaria again. And they tested it and it's for real. Welcome to wealth. Welcome to fame. My dear. It doesn't matter if you don't have nose, if you were blind. It doesn't matter if you can't talk, you can't hear, you are deaf, you are dumb. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares now. What they care about is that you are a solution. You have a solution. And you know what? Imagine how many, is it million or billion? How many billion? Can I say how many billion? Permit me to say. How many billion people are suffering malaria all over Africa? So if let's say it's 1 billion people that buys that medicine, are you not a billionaire already? Woo! Are you not a billionaire already? Now, I'm not just talking about the monetary side, but I know there is reward. I'm sorry, somebody tried to call me. So that is what we're talking about. There is reward that goes along with people who produce solution, who have solution in different aspects of life. So I think we're going to continue tomorrow. I think we're going to continue tomorrow. So there is beauty in problem. Don't forget. So for any time problem hits you, anytime you come across problem, oh my. Don't give in to those talks, those things that people say, you have to pray, oh, my sister, you have to fast, oh, the devil is a liar, oh, we have to do this, oh, I have to take you to one native doctor, oh, I have to take you to one prayer house, I have to take you to one pastor, there's this mighty man of God, there's this mighty woman of God, there's this place, when I take you to, that problem will disappear. Listen to me. There is beauty in problem. Do not listen to, lots of people out there that will deceive you into and put you into, some manipulation, some things that, you are going to get your hands stained with blood or stained with some things or debt. You are going to indebt yourself. You are going to keep paying debt of what you don't even understand. I used to have before, when I was in Nigeria, before I finish now, I end the lab broadcast. Let me tell you this story. I used to have a madam when I was growing up. I wanted to learn how to sew, how to make dresses. Then I met this woman, so I started learning. And while I was in that shop, I got to know that this woman had fibroid. She had fibroid, okay? So that fibroid did not allow her to give birth. She had just one son, and she wasn't even old. I think she was in either her late 30s or so. So what happened? This woman was going from one prayer house to another prayer house. Listen, I don't say God does not have the ability to heal the sick and raise the dead. Of course, God is almighty. He can do all of it, right? Now, but why did God create us? God also created us so that the people who have passion in medicine, the physicians could also think and use the natural resources to solve problems for ourselves, right? So I was advising this woman. I said, Madam, why don't you go to the hospital? Why don't you listen to doctors? She said, I believe God. I trust God. I have faith in God. This, and they are going to heal me. She was going from one prayer house, sowing seed. At times, she will come and tell us she sowed seed in that one ministry like that, 150,000. She sowed in one other ministry, 100,000. She sowed in the other ministry. She was running scatter looking for solutions. She wanted to take out the fibroid that was in her womb. And she was working so hard, running, traveling from Lagos. Sometimes she would leave her office for us and go all the way to Lagos. She would go and buy one miracle water. She would come back with water. I would say, Madam, what is this? She would say, and the pastor said she should be sprinkling the water. oh my God. She should be sprinkling the water in her shop and in her womb. And she should be, you need to see this water. One big ministry in Lagos, so she was paying money. This woman, she can sew dresses so much. She's so good at it. She's so talented in this thing. So she was making a lot of money. We were having big women come to our shops. So we saw wedding dresses and all that. So she was taking her hard-earned money, running from one ministry to another, sowing seed of faith from one seed of faith, coming for almost all the altar calls of prayer for healing, for miracle, for deliverance, for whatever. She was going. She needed help. She needed solutions. She was seeking for help. She wanted to get the fibroid off her womb. She was working so tirelessly. I kept advising her, I said, Madam, calm down. See, if God wants to take away this fibroid from you, He is going to do it even without you running from one miracle house to the other. He is going to do it for you. He is all present. He is a God who is omnipresent. He is everywhere you are. Why are you suffering yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why don't you go to the hospital and take the advice that doctors give to you? Because she says she does not want to do surgery. That doctors told her that they have to remove the fibroid, and she doesn't want to go through surgery. She believed in God. She had faith in God. She said that there were people who had faith in God and God healed them. I said, yeah, I know God is still in the business of healing men. Yeah, I'm not disputing the fact, but please, you can't be sick of malaria. You can't have headache and say you believe in God. Not everybody who have malaria and believe in God will just automatically heal. You just need common sense. Go get paracetamol. Go get analgesics, and you get okay, or you get some rest. All right. So I told this woman, stop sowing the seed. A lot of people have also done surgery and it was okay. Why don't you have faith in God and say, okay, God, if I go to the hospital, if I do the surgery, I'm sure going to be fine. What was she doing? She was sowing from one seed to another seed to another seed. You know what happened to her? Do you know what happened to her at the end of the day? Oh my God. Oh my God. May her soul rest in peace. May her soul rest in peace. Because I was, they say, what an elderly person will sit down and see a child that will climb the highest Iroko tree would not see. I was too small. I was too small to give her advice. But what happened at the end of the day? It ended up to be, may her soul rest in peace. We woke up one day to see the shop locked. What happened? Madam was done. She was dead. She was dead. Oh my God. She was dead. So I don't understand. I don't quite get this. Where did we get all these things? Where that we have problem, we run, we say we have faith, we run from one miracle house to the other. I remember my mother used to do that. I used to shun my mother. I used to want, see, I tell her the day you will go to a miracle house where they will demand for your children's head or one of your child's head, that is when you will understand that it is not everywhere you put your feet. You have a problem, yes, God is aware. All you need to go is go to hospital. Trust God that the medication you're taking is going to take care of you. People put their heads together to work to get that medicine. Why don't you believe God in that one you're drinking? My mother is also good at running from one prayer house to the other. I used to get upset with her. I used to get so upset with her. You know, until she got to one, she came back and was telling me that, can you imagine, that the woman was asked, the woman gave her a whole list. I mean, a whole list. A whole list, like list of all the items she was going to buy. All the items she was going to buy before God will heal her. And she came home with the list. And I said, what? Did somebody give you this list? She said, yes, there's a woman, they say she does miracle. She's in, because we're staying in Abuja, and she was like, the woman is in Maitama, or the woman is where? Hey, they say, I hear she's a great woman of God. She's doing this. This is the list she gave me. These are all the items I'll buy. I tore the list. I told her, you buy no such. You buy no shit. You will not buy, I won't watch you buy any of this. I tore the list and I folded and threw it away. I said, see, listen to me. Don't be swept away. Don't listen to these people. There is problem, yes. But there is solution. God has given people ideas, and they've worked so hard bringing solution to these problems. So why don't you believe in the solution? You would rather believe in God. Yes, God can solve problems. God can heal. God can heal the sick, raise the dead, and all that. But God also do not overlook the hard work of men. God cannot throw down this chair I'm sitting. It took a man to work hard to bring it, right? So why can't we believe that when I sit on this chair, it's going to be okay for me to sit down? I'm going to be comfortable. I won't sink inside. I won't fall off. I won't get injured. Why are we waiting for God to throw down a beautiful golden chair for us to sit down? I'm going to close with this. So thank you so much for everyone who have watched today, who have been with me to the end. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I hope to come back tomorrow or whenever I am chance again to come back, and let's continue this topic that there is beauty in problems. All right, we all are solution carriers. We all encounter problems. Let's not see it as problems alone. Let's see it as solution in disguise. Let's see that there is beauty in that problem, and let's work hard to solve it, because that problem you're solving, you're not just solving for yourself. Also start thinking of how you are going to make that solution that worked for you to become global. Look for a way to make that solution get to as many hands as possible, to as many people as possible. That is how to touch life. That is how to become that's how to become a personality such that people will be grateful to have met, or to have your results work for them. All right, I don't know Henry Ford, I don't know Thomas Edison, but today we can all use their product and say, oh, thanks to this man, thanks to this woman, or thanks to this person, because he or she made life better for us, right? So that solution you have is not just for you. Don't just solve your problem and think that, oh, I've solved my problem, is for me alone. Look for how to make that solution global. Look for how to make that solution get to as many hands as possible, and let's keep solving problems for humanity and making the world a better place and glorifying God as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you tomorrow, and we continue spreading the news and helping and delivering people from the mountain of ignorance, from what is raging out there, and people running here to scatter looking for solution, not knowing that they are solution in disguise. All right, so thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you who have shared, for all your comments. Keep sharing, and let's liberate hearts, let's liberate people, and let God be glorified at the end of the day. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. I so appreciate. God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much. All right, so I remember my humble self, Topsy, Topsy. So guys, bye bye. So catch you tomorrow. Yeah, bye.